Hello and welcome back to more Let's Play Mario & Luigi Partners in Time. I am the Max of You Trades. In the last part, babies! There were so many babies! 400 babies! No, there was not in fact that many babies. Just these two. Well, I guess also Bowser and Peach. But point is, time travel, shenanigans, and alien invasions have brought the Mario Brothers in contact with their significantly younger selves. And now we gotta go on a time-traveling adventure to save Princess Peach, which is all around pretty dang dope, not gonna lie. Kinda surprised it took them this long to actually, you know, do a time-travel-esque sort of story. Like, it took till 2005 for Nintendo to come up with this, which is interesting. Not counting Mario's Time Machine, because nobody counts that as an actual thing that ever happened. So, anyway, I am here to buy some gear, if you do not mind. We've got some patched slacks and some starchy jeans. They're built for strength, not comfort. Move too quickly and they may hurt, which is unfortunate. However, those are considerable defensive boosts going on around here, and the less often I die, the better, in my humble opinion. Not sure if you agree with me on that front, but we'll just have to agree to disagree on it, I suppose. Either way, boom shakalaka laka boom, thank you Random Toad, although I do have to question why exactly you've opened up a store inside the castle itself. Not sure that's how castles are supposed to be used, but I guess, I mean, I'm assuming you got the permit or whatever it is you needed in order to succeed, so I guess I don't really have any justifiable way of really arguing with you on that front. So, onwards and upwards. I got to be perfectly honest, I was not feeling up to... Oh, this is not where the teleporter is. the time hole, as it were. I was not exactly feeling all that up to recording today, but you know what? I gotta get my mind off of some things, some negative things and the whatnot, and, you know, I feel like, hey, Mario and Luigi should probably put a little bit of pep in my step. And speaking of pep and step, there you go, we just stepped in a time hole, just sprouted out of nowhere. Time travel. Whoop! Villain! Oh, there they are. I dare say that is her. That child you're holding, sir. She's the princess, is she not? Keep your distance. You're not cleared to address her royal highness. In the short time she's been gone, she's grown so small. See, this is basically a fun little lesson in the character that is Toadsworth. He's always been kind of stupid. The old Toadsworth thinks that's actual Peach, and young Toadsworth can't tell that that's obviously him in the future. This is why I was so opposed to that infernal time machine. Someone! Anyone? Princess! Give me that baby! Villain! Yeah! Help, someone! Is this castle deserted? You know, sometimes it kind of feels that way. It also depends on which game you're playing. Sometimes you'll see some toads walking around here and there, to and fro and whatnot, but a lot of the times, like, you're gonna find, like, it's just completely isolated. Unless, of course, Bowser shoved all the toads in the walls like Mario 64. Well, I guess suppose there's always at least somebody running around in that place. So it's never truly deserted. Either way, now we're in some sort of stinking forest or something. I don't even know. What I do know is that there's probably a Cobalt Star Shard somewhere around these parts, and I've gotta go find it. Bro Flowers, hello! That's a new attack item. Gotta make good use of that. Now, what we can do is chuck the babies up here, and they will jump down there, and boom, all sorts of wondrous goodies are acquired. All in all, pretty good time. Of course, I do have to wonder, what exactly... I mean, I know the babies exactly... I mean, we've seen them fight. We know that they can hold their own and keep themselves safe, but it's... I still have to question Mario and, you know, the grown-up Mario Luigi's confidence in them. Because, you know, if you throw them somewhere... Like, you don't know what's inside that tree trunk. Could be a spike trap for all you know. Whoop, okay, or a monster. The point I'm trying to make is, one seriously, like, accidental mishap, and you're going to discover the fact that, you'll be erased from history, as your baby selves have perished, which is all sorts of messed up. Either way, the Bro Flower in full force. Unfortunately... We'd have to play one of the sequels to actually, make Mario and Luigi get their Fire Flower outfits, which I always thought was a really neat touch, and I don't know why it took until, like, Bowser's Inside Story for them to finally do that, but either way, the babies are safe, all is well, all is right. Even got a green shell for our troubles, so I suppose you can't really complain. Then again, I did use 2 Bro Flowers, so I'm kind of down an attack item, so maybe I should complain. Complain all day, every day. Audio. What was that? Miss. How we don't notice this right in front of us? Not sure. Hello? Mr. Mario! Ye gods almighty! Mr. Mario! I am called Toriko. I was on the time machine with Princess Peach. Ah, so it's your fault this all happened. As soon as we arrived in this time, we were attacked. A fierce alien race known as the Shroobs came out of nowhere. Don't ask us how we were able to figure out that they're called Shroobs. We just do. Ah, convenient flashback in Tiny Vision. Fun times. Oh my goodness. What's happened here? Clearly some sort of cataclysmic event. Oh, alright, well, there you go then. See, this is why I told you. You should have brought, you know, EGAD. You probably would have been able to instantly make the whole thing, you know, make the time machine go back. You could have brought Mario. He could have protected you. I'm just saying. Who are you? Oh, wouldn't you like to know? No fear my pincer hands. It's okay, Luigi has the babies. Princess Peach was taken by the Shroobs, and I was captured by the trees of this forest. Ooh, a handy diagram. These trees, they're slowly but surely siphoning away all our mushroom power. Our Vim. The pure Vim that flows through the roots of the trees deep, deep underground. It's gathered at the Shroob Vim factory in the heart of the forest. Rumor has it the mushroom power is somehow changed at the Vim factory. It's mixed with awful chemicals and becomes the fuel for their Shroob flying saucers. Seems like a very odd mode of transportation, I gotta be honest. Mario, you must leave me. Hasten to the Vim factory. It is all that matters now. Somewhere in that horrid place is a cobalt star shard. Ugh, tongue-tied. I just know it. The cobalt star and Princess Peach. They are important. And I have an important thing to tell you. So, it sure would be awful if I were to be suddenly and inexplicably murdered. The shards gather. Well, Luigi, it appears that we are witnesses of a grisly murder. And to the best of my knowledge, that toad never gets transformed back. So I really do think that they might actually have been killed. I mean, they could still sort of talk. So I suppose it's not entirely that. So in fact, it's a lot like the mushroom ailment in Super Mario RPG now that I think about it. That's fine, do not worry. I do not know if I can bring you back or not, but I will be sure to avenge you or save you, whichever comes first. And this is unfortunate, not even sure how that happened. Okay, unless you got into a cart and started running and just sort of crashed in here. Not sure how that works exactly. Chameleons! Alright, completely messed that one up. Oh, well, what are you gonna do? Stomp on some chameleon faces, that's what you're really gonna do. Oh, boy, okay. Tackled by a chameleon, as you do. Alright, I'd prefer if you were to not. There we go, alright, that's much better. You know, your invisibility really doesn't help out all that much when I can still, like, target on top of you. Like, it's like, seriously, you might want to take better advantage of your advantages here, you know? You can turn invisible! Capitalize on that! Don't be so obvious. Luigi levels up! Well, ain't that just the bee's knees? Let's boost that defense of yours, buddy. Oh, there we go. That's a considerable boost right there. Okay. Let's see. Quite done throwing the babies into random tree trunks and hoping for the best. Is that some sort of fiendish specter? I say nay. Luigi has had it up to here with all of these friggin' ghosts. Why specifically a Shy Guy ghost? I'm not entirely sure. Is there like a Boo guy? So it's like a combination of a Shy Guy and a Boo. I suppose that does lead to the theory that Boos are actually just the departed spirits of things that have perished in the Mushroom Kingdom universe, so that's something, I guess. I mean, perhaps this was a Shy Guy in life, but now he is nothing more than a Boo. Then again, I don't know, that's really dark for a Mario lore sort of thing. In my many years of playing Mario games, I have actually discovered that if you really, really want to, and I have, you can actually piece together enough information from the wide array of various Mario games over the years, and you can actually come up with a pretty cohesive lore and history behind all of the characters and the things that go on in them. Granted, it should be noted that it's completely speculative and not exactly concrete, mostly due to the fact that, well, Nintendo doesn't really care about an established continuity or lore. They just kind of do whatever they want, and, you know, if they think, hey, as long as it's fun and everybody's happy, then who the hell cares? And, you know, that's actually a pretty good philosophy to, you know, to follow, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'm okay with that, but, you know, that sort of thing, I'd like to actually make like an entire video on the topic, piecing together Mario's entire history from birth to like the current present, as far as the present is right now, in universe. Not like, oh, he was created by Miyamoto in this year. No. I'm talking like when he was actually born, the stipulations behind that birth, and the events that followed up to the present. Because if you look into things using only the games, nothing, not like magazine comics or the TV shows or anything of like that nonsense. No, just purely through the games and nothing else, you can piece it all together, and it does actually make some sort of cohesive sense. So, that's pretty dang awesome. So, will I ever get around to making that video? Well, let's be honest, I am very, very lazy, so unlikely! But hey, we can all dream, can't we? Alright, so die, random chameleon man! Okay, gotta work on the timing. There we go. Those guys are a little bit tricky to get the timing down on, but once you do have the timing, well, then nothing really worth worrying about. And boom shakalaka laka boom! There we go. You gonna do something, you evil ghost? Foul Spectre! Won't have none of that noise. Get out of my face. Stompy stompies. There we go. Fantastic. An experience was had by all. With how tiny the top screen is on this screen, I'm not entirely sure what it is I'm getting from these fights. I'll just assume good things. That's really the best we can hope for. To the best of my knowledge, there's no such thing as a negative pickup, so yeah, I'll roll with it. There we go, evil chameleon man. There we go. And again, I guess chameleons don't really have shells, but still, I guess they're like a Koopa chameleon. Koopa chameleon, you know? Like that one song that you probably don't even know about. I'm pretty sure everybody in my audience that watches my videos is like under 20 years old, so I don't know if musical references are something that anybody's ever gonna get, but there you go, I suppose. Anyway, what we need to do is get into that giant honkin' pipe that you see on the top of the map there, but there's all manner of trees in the way. So, what we must do, what Smokey the Bear deeply, has night terrors about on a daily basis, we must set fire to this forest. I mean, not all of it, granted, but a good chunk. We are going to burn a lot of stuff. Oh, I accidentally missed where I was throwing the babies. There we go. Good luck, tiny children. May things not go horribly for you. And Mario and Luigi just kind of very quietly wait and hope that things work out and that they don't, phase out of reality. Like Back to the Future style. Anyway, chameleons! There we go, and accidentally made Luigi jump, so that's kind of funny. Alright. Why must the babies be so much weaker? I mean, I understand, it makes sense, but it's just... for how often you gotta split up the characters. It's actually something kind of interesting. Like, whenever the adult and baby versions of the characters split up, you're almost always guaranteed to be fighting things as the babies separately, but as just adult Mario and Luigi, chances are you'll probably not get that too often. It's usually either all of them together or just the babies. It's very weird, actually, but there you go. I suppose that the adult versions of the characters really do the bulk of the fighting when they're all teamed up, so I suppose it all evens out. Either way, we just got to go into a huge circular pattern and launch out all of these weird little sun objects and put them all inside these other little plastic sort of things. And okay, that's an everlasting bubble plastic. No, thank you. And again, I suppose I really should fight it just to be safe. Anybody else seeing all those toads attached to those trees? This level is actually a great deal more dark than I remember. Either way, this may look like a humble warp pipe, but apparently it's an elastopiranha, a vile and evil creature that is very, very stretchy, as it turns out. So, that's pretty dope. There we go, haha! You thought your fireball would aim true. You were incorrect in your assessment. I'm deeply sorry about that. Yep, and more fireballs, whoop! There we go. When these screens aren't connected, it actually does make the timing for moves like that a little bit more confusing. But, I'm making it work, And up high, there we go. I mean, the emulation of DS games was never going to be absolutely perfect. Unless I actually finally get, a capture card. That would be awesome. But the guy who installs capture cards on all of the Let's Players that, use DS capture cards, has apparently decided to just stop making them. Right by the time I was actually able to afford it. So what I gotta do is I gotta order one directly from Flarpin' Japan. That's gonna cost me like $500. I ain't got the money for that. I ain't got the money for a loaf of bread every week. Yeesh. All of my expendable income comes from making these videos, and that's really not a whole lot. So, I mean, eventually a DS capture card will fall into my lap eventually. It's just gonna take a while. So until then, we're going to have to deal with, the virtual console giving me what I need, which is a little unfortunate because there are DS games that are never going to actually be on the virtual console. So, yeah, I don't really have much of a choice. I need to get that capture card. Anyway, yeah. The stinking pillow behind my head keeps messing around and breaking everything. Stop it. Ugh. It's so hard to get into a very comfortable position. I don't know if I ever said this, but I lie down when I record. I lay down in my bed, and I prop my head up with a pillow, and my microphone's right in front of my face. That's what I try to do. And it's worked out pretty well, because, you might remember in older videos, I'd constantly be complaining about my hurt back, because I was always hunched over my microphone over a stool that I stole from the kitchen. So it's worked out, but it can get a little awkward at times. Either way, nobody seems to have noticed a decline in quality, and I've been doing this for a really long time, so I suppose everything's working out just fine. Anyway, with that, I've managed to make all of the giant sun fireball thingies into these things. Now we just have to jump and hit them again, and then all we have to do is make one gigantic monstrous fireball, and then we just launch it at the local vegetation. And hopefully, in theory, it will burn down only the section of the forest that we want gone, and nothing else. That's how forest fires work, last I checked. I mean, fires, they're well known for their extraordinarily ease to, keep under control. I mean, wildfires, since when have those been a thing? Nope. Either way, one massive wildfire coming up! And the boom shakalaka like a boom. The sun goes over there. And it just so happens to burn down exactly what we want and nothing else. It's pretty messed up in one regard, but we only burnt maybe 3 trees at most. It really wasn't, that's all we did. That's it. Very, very little. So we killed 3 trees to get through this. I feel like we could have probably walked around them had we tried hard enough. Clearly, we did not think this through. Why our immediate response to, trees blocking our path was to burn them, I haven't the slightest. You'd feel like maybe trying to cut them down would be a bit more of a humane situation. Factory ahead? Why, thank you, Toad, that I suppose I'll just pretend that never talk to me. Okay, so, you think that's a natural, landscape, or if that's artificial? I gotta be honest, in the Mario universe, it's kinda hard to tell. I mean, there could just be roving, all sorts of, of spike fields. Why wouldn't there be? Anyway, we found ourselves some pants. That's pretty awesome. Equipment, let's see. The unarmed jeans. Power-granting jeans that turn the wearer into a reckless berserker. Ah. So, that's not exactly all that good. Basically, you have absolutely no control over about the moves that the characters use. They just pick something randomly and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I would rather not have that. Strategy and, things of that nature are generally pretty important when it comes to RPGs, so yeah. I'm a stick to being in full control, even if it does give a stupendous boost of power. Now, here's something interesting. If you use the Bro Flower while all 4 Mario Brothers are together, if you use the babies they will attack airborne targets, which ordinarily you would not be able to hit. So that's pretty cool. And there you go, boom. Instantaneous dead ghosts, ain't nothing to worry about. Now ordinarily, this sort of creature would be extremely difficult to get out of the way because the babies aren't strong, but with the full-grown bros, things go by significantly easier. And pashoo! There we go. You thought that was all that you needed to do to take us down? Because apparently you only had 2 HP left, possibly even 1. Oh, Baby Mario, level it up. Ain't that just the bee's knees? Alright, get yourself some extra power there. There we go. Alright, not bad, not bad, not bad. And in fact, Baby Luigi, I'm gonna go, okay, that was the worst possible. I just wanted Luigi to do a little bit more damage. Alright, fine. That's the game's way of saying no. You had a system, you're sticking to it. Fine. I'll stick to the stat boosts that I'm so used to. And wow, that is a lot of chameleon dudes. Alright, let's go ahead and use the fire flower again. Because nothing solves your problems quite like fire. Have a problem? Burn it down. That's all you gotta do, no problem. Okay, and I managed to take down exactly 1 of them. Not as you know, powerful as I was hoping for, but I'll take what I can get, I guess. And again, I guess if they're all just going to mindlessly walk into Mario's feet, I guess whatever. I mean, I'm the winner regardless. Huzzah! There we go. So I was right, yeah. The first attack when all of the bros are together is it's always it's like if you boost Baby Mario's attack stat, the attack that full-grown Mario does with the piggyback move is in fact strengthened. So that is good. There we go. Get some more power all up in there. Luigi leveling it up, being a total awesome guy like he is, and boom! Dang it! I don't know. I can already tell there's going to be a lot of people upset with me that that's how I level up people. But at the same time, I care not. See, is there actually anything in here? Oh, nope, so much nope. Okay then, I guess we're gonna go this way. I guess I got kind of sidetracked with my inane ramblings and completely missed this giant path here. Ah, I see. A very shallow pond is keeping us from being able to cross over and defeat our enemies. Now, Lord forbid we get our ankles wet, so we'd better go and try and figure out how exactly to make this whole thing work out. Up, there we go. It'll require a little bit of teamwork, but we just might make it through. There we go. And now we wait. For as long as it just might end up being. There we go. Okay, keep going. Let's see. Alright, so the Mario Brothers are on their own, the full-grown version. That's pretty good. The wallet badge, that's pretty awesome. Okay, pretty sure we just, yep, okay, well. Alright then, so I guess they do occasionally get to fight on their own. I feel like it's not as common, though. Either way, let's just speed up the little process here. So now we're doing 3 and 2 damage instead of 1 and 1. Step up your game, baby versions of us. My goodness. There we go. Take care of business, ASAP-like. Ta-da! There we go. Luckily, the green shells and the fire flowers, I'm okay with using those all over the dang place. They are in a high abundance. Oh, okay, Mario, you really dropped the ball there, buddy. Alright, pa-choo! Not this day, fiend! Alright, so now what are you gonna do? Nothing! I stepped on your heads, what happened? Bonk. There we go. Things are looking good, things are looking great. And there we go. I'm pretty happy with how things work. And that badge that gives us our items back sometimes when we use them, it actually did the thing. That's great. Alright. Now we get to play the waiting game as the platform slowly makes its way back over to us. Pretty sure the item that I picked up was not really worth the amount of effort that went into that. So let's see. Hang on a second. Badges. Then again, let's see. Drop almost no coins when fleeing in battle. Well, I don't plan on ever fleeing whatsoever, but I guess a badge is something. Something is better than nothing as long as it's not a negative attribute, so we'll use it for now until we can get a much better item. Let's see. Is there actually, like, anything over here? Okay, yeah, that's way over there. No, thank you. And, whoop, ha-ha! You got outplayed, son! You got juked! Hello, hello? Ah, alright. Well, we're going to need the babies. That much is clear as day. There we go. Thank you, convenient pipe block that I'm not entirely sure how exactly it works. Now we check inside here, and free stuff! Yay! See what I mean about the green shells and the flowers being so in high abundance? They're just giving it to us. It's like candy up in here. Anyway, and boom, there we go. It requires teamwork. Oh, and ta-ta-ta, and ya-ta-ta! There we go. We've activated some sort of transceiver or something. And ta-ta! There we go. I think we've partially opened up that drawbridge thingy. It's possible. Travel advisory. While hiking, if you find blocks that are too high to hit, jump while carrying babies, then make the babies jump at the peak of your jump. If your timing's on, you'll be able to reach higher blocks. Okay, so I'm not going to say that's not useful information. I mean, I already knew that, but to someone who doesn't know that you can do that, that's fine. But seriously? Like, let's assume that this place was like a national park before the shroobs came over and messed everything up. There was seriously a sign there that says if you can't reach something, throw a baby at it. Like, that is just silly. Like, I don't really know how to respond to that. I don't remember ever reading that sign, but I'm very glad I did. Because that is such specific information that would only apply to us. Unless professional baby hurdling is like a much bigger deal in the Mushroom Kingdom than I ever initially thought. I mean, it's very possible. I don't know everything that goes on in this place. It's very strange. There we go. Get rid of all those stupid ghosts. Boom, shaka-laka-laka, boom! Finally actually starting to do actual, like, notable damage. Our attacks were doing, like, nothing whatsoever. But we're finally making a bit of a dent. Mostly Mario, but Luigi is getting up in them stats too, so ain't nothing to sneeze at, let's say that. Alright, give you that, get some of that, one of those. I probably should have just used the mushroom drops. Yep, that would actually have made a lot more sense. Oh, well. Luckily for us, mushrooms are not exactly what one might call expensive. Alright, and Balushka. Okay, that did not... Come on, it would be really nice if I could actually take these things down in, like, one attack. But I guess you take what you can get, I suppose. And whoop, there we go. Usually after getting, like, an initiative attack, like on the like in the hub world, usually you do that, you get some bonus damage, and then on your first attack, the enemy goes straight on down. But no, apparently Monkey D. Piranha Plant over here thinks it's going to use the last ability to survive our attacks. Everything falls if you hit it enough eventually. That's the art of fighting, man. Hit your opponent and not get hit back, and you'll win every fight 100% of the time. It's just that easy.